So it seems there's going to be a bit of an exodus with the academy, apparently. Yes, everybody. I don't know what went on. I don't know what happened there. Russ of the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. Happy Wednesday morning. Obviously, we're coming to the business end of the January transfer window, and it seems there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of moving parts. And it seems also that we are looking to give some of our academy players some much needed experience, some much needed league experience. We've got a number of players already out, as we said, the likes of Callum Marshall, who's recently, been called up to on loan to the West Brom. We've got Keenan Forson, who's at Dagenham Redbridge. We've got Freddie Potts, Gideon, who are both at Wickham. We've got loads of players. There's talk of Mbama. Anton spoke about yesterday. FC20 are interested in the Eredivisie. Interesting move for him. Fantastic experience for a young lad. We've also got the likes of Heggie at Den Bosch, which I think is a great name for a club. And it does seem that we're getting a few more outs in terms of particularly, obviously, the 21s moving out and maybe obviously being filled up their places by the 18s. Because according to No, wrong one. According to ex-WHU employee, it looks like Regan Clayton is going to be. He's got a lot of interest in terms of going out on loan. Barnsley, particularly, are interested in him going out on loan. I think that would be a great move for Regan. In all honesty, he was on the bench against Stoke in the PL2 game. Came for the last 20 minutes or so, I think it was. But a very, very good player, and obviously part of the under 18s that won the FA Youth Cup last year. So too, in terms of others, Levi Lang is another one who's looking, has a lot of interest, particularly from Doncaster. And actually, I think this is a really good thing for the academy. Getting the players out, getting them minutes. We did the academy show on Monday, and I spoke very, very candidly, I think, about my thoughts around the Callum Marshall deal. I think these two deals sound great. Regan, Barnsley, you've got Levi, Doncaster. Yes, even like Mbama, I know there's two. If he signs a new deal, there's two options. I think at the moment, FC20 in the Eredivisie, which would be phenomenal in experience for the lad. And also you've got, I think it's Sheffield Wednesday, who are struggling in the bottom of the Championship. So again, a little bit sus, but in the same way, we've seen a lot of players, a lot of British-based players go out to the foreign-based clubs and have some really good experiences. Even like people who have left, an early age, like someone like Jude Bellingham, someone like, Josh Cullen did the same thing and went and played in another country and had, fantastic success at doing that. Elsewhere, there's even more interest. Obviously, we spoke about Luizão, with a number of clubs, Brazilian and Portuguese clubs interested in him, but the club would only sanction a permanent sale for the player, not a loan deal, which I think it's a bit surprising because he said there, as he's got on the shirt, he's actually contracted to 2026, 2027, something like that. So a loan deal it's not in the same ballpark as something like an Mbama loan deal, where he's coming to the end of his contract in the summer. So him going out on loan doesn't really help us at all. Luizão, I don't think the experiment's worked. And, even if it's on loan with an option to buy, I can't see an issue there, but apparently the club are only looking at permanent deals for him. Elsewhere, also, they're looking at trying to get Caelan Casey and George Earthy potentially heading out on loan to get some, much needed first team league experience to continue their development and gain, first team senior football. I think Caelan, in all honesty, probably an easier sell, maybe in a weird way, because he's a centre half and he can slot in quite easily. George is a great player. He's a phenomenally gifted player. A little Grealish-esque, I think. So it's going to take a certain club to him to go to in terms of making sure you're using to the fullest advantage. He's a very skillful player, very tenacious player. I mean, on the 18s he played, 21s he plays. He's playing 10 at the moment, and that's sort of almost like a second striker he's playing. So it's going to take a certain type of club for him to go to be the right club. Whereas Caden, traditional centre half, can play in a back three, can play in a back two, prefers a back three on the right hand side, to be honest. So probably more options there for him, but you never know. You never know. But I think it's great. I think it's really good that we're sending these guys out on loan because they need first team experience. You can only go so far playing academy football against people in your same age group, against your peers, which is why we're doing the whole academy show. Go back and check it out on Monday. We went through like all the ups and downs in terms of the academy in the last week or so, because I think it's really important to sort of develop these players. And I just think the downfall of the sort of the player development and the conveyor belt has been partly due to the fact of, there's no reserve football anymore really now. And they don't get proper first team experience. And, the likes of George, for example, he's not going to upset the apple cart in terms of getting into the first team ahead of the likes of, I don't know, a Paqueta or a Bowen or a Caduce or, or even Barham himself, or even, Callum, if he was still there as well. So I think it's really important that he goes out on loan. And Caelan as well. I mean, I think Caelan come back, he could have a really good loan spell, come back and then be, maybe fourth choice next year, potentially. Play more in the cup competitions, particularly if maybe we don't offer Ogbonna a new deal. Caelan's ready made to come in. Definitely is, in my opinion. And there's a hell of a lot more as well. Michael Forbes, for example, real old school centre half, a little bit Dawson-esque, in all honesty, but that sort of really strong Northern Ireland accent as well is quite funny when he's screaming at kids at Rush Green. But that's it. It's just a little morning preview, a little bit of information. As soon as we get anything, I think we're going to be quite busy next couple of days. I think the network's going to be busy for the next couple of days. Whether we are busy as a club is a different thing. There'll be lots of rumours and news and conflicting reports all over the place, and we'll try and keep you on top of everything as soon as it happens, as humanly possible. Obviously, tomorrow we play Bournemouth as well, so we're having the David Moyes press conference later on today and all that good stuff. So take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come in your bloody irons.